What you are about to hear is a work in progress of original characters Prince Crimson Shadow and Emperor of Darkness Shadow Bane, invented for the My Little Pony universe by Ryan Johnson. Prince Crimson Shadow was born to the race of shadow ponies in the land known as the Shadow Realm, hidden in the epicenter of the Everfree Forest. He was raised by the king and queen in their castle until a tragic event happened. Discord, the Lord of Chaos, came through and wiped out his entire family and race right in front of his eyes as he was hidden away. Discord knew that those ponies could defeat them if they had a chance to fight back. All alone, the prince wandered the forest, completely lost and frightened. He eventually wandered into Equestria and was found by Princess Luna on one of her nightly patrols as he wandered around aimlessly alone. She brought him back to her castle in Canterlot, and she and Celestia took him in. He lived with them in their castle in Canterlot till he was a young stallion of around 15. That was when tragedy struck his life once again. Discord had finally come to Canterlot. All of the repressed memories of his destroyed home came flooding back all at once, sending him into a state of fear and madness. Luna and Celestia both tried their hardest to calm him down and snap him out of it, but with no luck. Luna and Celestia both tried to battle Discord on their own, but they had lost many times because Discord was just too strong for them. Eventually, Luna was able to snap Crimson out of his current state. After he was brought back, he started doing research on how the three of them could defeat this monster. Through his research, Crimson discovered the elements of harmony. At first, they were a metaphorical power, but with the help of the two sisters, they were able to make them into physical entities. Harnessing that extra power, they finally defeated Discord and turned him to stone. Though what the princesses did not know was that the elements had a drawback. For in exchange for the power they give, they also drained the user's magic slowly but surely until they could no longer use it. The more they're used, the faster the user's magic is drained. Crimson warned them of this, though the sisters chose not to heed it. Soon after Discord was finally defeated, they started to rebuild Canterlot. Many years go by and Crimson and Luna started falling deeply in love. But at the age of 20, something dark had started to grow inside the young prince. Crimson had no idea because he never learned about it from his parents, or if he did, he didn't remember because he was too young at the time. Slowly but surely, as the spirit inside him matured, it saw the love between Crimson and Luna as a threat to its existence, so it attached a piece of itself onto Luna's very soul. As time passed by, Luna became slowly more resentful and bitter against him and her sister, sending her into a state of madness and threatening to make nighttime eternal. Eventually, when the shard finally fed off of enough of Luna's negative emotions, it turned Luna into the wicked mare of darkness that called herself Nightmare Moon. Crimson still had no idea of the dark power residing inside him, so he was completely oblivious as to why Luna was truly acting this way. Researching more into ways on how to help her, he discovered that the elements of harmony had the ability to destroy the darkness in one's heart, while leaving the host pony completely unharmed and making them their old selves again. He wanted to try and use this ability himself to test out this theory, but the elements never imprinted on him. He couldn't figure out why, but the reason was that he himself had darkness in his body, and the elements were tools of light. With reasoning out of the way, Nightmare Moon soon attacked Celestia. Seeing no other option in her eyes, since she had no idea about the ability that Crimson knew about, Celestia used the elements of harmony to imprison in the Night Moon itself, where she would remain forever, or so they thought. When Crimson saw that Celestia had imprisoned Luna, it sent him into a blind rage, feeding the Shadowbane spirit, and in turn, turning him into his own creature of darkness. Shadowbane was named for being the Bane of Light and the Emperor of the realm of dark spirits. Once Emperor Shadowbane had taken over the young stallion's body, he tried to take over Equestria and make it a place filled with evil and darkness. A massive war broke out that lasted almost a century. Within the war, Shadowbane consumed Crimson's best friend, a dragon named Blacktail, and gained the dragon's wings, scales, eyes, and its ability to breathe fire. He also made ties with other creatures of darkness, including the Changelings, who have the ability to turn into any pony and feed off another pony's love for them and grow more powerful. With their help, Shadowbane almost succeeded, but was once again thwarted by the elements of harmony that Crimson and the two sisters had created. Right before Shadowbane was defeated and imprisoned, he said this to Celestia: "Keep thine eyes upon the moon, for in 1,000 years the stars will help aid in the return of thou sister. When Nightmare Moon returns, that will be the sign for my return as well. All of those you have imprisoned will be returned, and thou will be too weak to stop any of it from coming to fruition. Be warned, thou art only postponing the inevitable. I will rise again and destroy this land that you sought to protect." This was the great prophecy. Shadowbane was then put in a prison made of solid light, then placed in stone and put on a pedestal surrounded by the elements of harmony to keep him from breaking out. 1,000 years have passed since then, and Shadowbane patiently awaits for his prison to be broken, slowly but surely plotting his revenge against Celestia, a plan that began with Nightmare Moon. Once Nightmare Moon was released from her imprisonment, the darkness that Shadowbane put within her drew her to the ancient castle in the Everfree Forest where Celestia had imprisoned him. This was where she battles against the young pony, Twilight Sparkle, and her friends. During this battle, the elements had imprinted themselves on the new 6 ponies. The strength of the elements were severely weakened due to them being attached to the weaker ponies in comparison to the princesses. This caused the orb that Shadowbane was imprisoned in to crack and shatter. Finally free after his own imprisonment, he started causing chaos and havoc by releasing Discord and Sombra from their respective prisons and sending the Changelings to Canterlot. He did so that these ponies would need to use their power so that they would be ineffective when he finally attacked Equestria to take his revenge. However, he did not count on the cunning abilities of these new ponies, and his recent plans are falling apart. Shadowbane would need to find a new way to defeat them, without them being able to use the elements of harmony against him. And as of recent, his plans had taken a very unexpected turn, when he finds that the elements of harmony had turned Twilight Sparkle into an Alicorn princess. This threw off his plans greatly, but he only finds it more fun as a challenge. His plans are to face all 4 princesses, Luna, Celestia, Cadenza, and Twilight, all at once, to show them his true power, that he is not afraid any longer. No longer will the elements be useful against him. He will be the king of Equestria, one way or another.